So one of the biggest realization is that, now I'm able to consciously create and manifest the things I want. I'm no more a reckless creator, managing great relationship with my fellow beings at office, or having a better social, balance, teaching meditation everywhere within our corporate world. So this has been my way of living.
Meditation has helped me becoming a better version of myself. I can see a lot of transformation and healing. I feel much more happier and contented since I've started moving into state of being.
And then in one of my companies, we were building very critical storage systems. And I remember one particular incident where we had a hospital which had the system down and they needed to get it back in a hurry. And it wasn't directly related to a problem in our software, but nevertheless, we had a vendor, we were responsible for it. And at that point, I had been meditating and I could feel a sense of calmness and clarity in how we worked through that escalation. The team was there, it was late night, and left to itself, it would have, possibly resulted in chaos and a haphazard way of responding. But I was able to get clarity of how to be very focused, keeping the intensity at the same time focused and deliberate in getting us towards a good resolution. And I clearly think that sense of calmness in those crucible moments of pressure, I attribute it to my meditation practice.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Wonderful afternoon, evening. Hi, Dr. Newton.
Hi, Chandra. That's wonderful.
Yes, wonderful. Great to have you here with us. Somebody whom I personally have learned from significantly. Someone who has taught me the whole concept of manifestation. And, but otherwise very deeply inspired with for his and Dr. Lakshmi's work throughout for the last, maybe 35 years, maybe 30 plus 35 years that have been fully dedicated, such a sincere, but yet truly staying to the spiritual science path. So it gives me great honor, pleasure, Newton, we are here with Dr. Newton. The depth of wisdom, dear friends, that Dr. Newton, that he's taking it to people through Quantum Life University is just unmatchable. He's written several books. Many more are expected because so much more is there. Perhaps his time is on a limit for him. So we will, today the whole session is through him. And Ratanavel, can you please introduce Dr. Newton? And Dr. Newton, we are actually, please introduce.
Very good morning, Newton sir.
Morning.
I'm happy to introduce Dr. Newton, Brahmarshi Chakravarti, Dr. Newton Kondaviti, MBBS, MD, is a medical doctor who realized that everyone has an inner doctor, and therefore he chose to become a soul doctor instead of practicing conventional medicine. Dr. Newton and his wife, Dr. Lakshmi, are world-renowned practitioners and teachers of meditation and spiritual science. Pioneers in past life regression, teachers of rebirthing breathwork, inner child work, family constellation, and organizational constellation, and much more and more and more. Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi founded the Quantum Life University, a global center for the learning of spiritual science, modeled on the lines of ancient Takshashila University and Nalanda University. At heart, Dr. Newton is always an eternal student, a symbol of humility and unconditional love, a tremendous source of inspiration to many, many, many. He is a friend and a guide to Buddha Seva Quanta Foundation. I welcome you, sir, and the stage is yours to play and lead in today's session for the meditation as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, masters. Thank you all for inviting me onto this platform today. I'm so happy all the work that's been done from Buddha Seva Foundation by Chandra Garu and Vani Garu and the whole team is applaudable. Such a dedication, and since many years I have known them, and Chandraji keeps inspiring me, and always with such methods of spreading meditation. His heart is full of only one thing, that to be of service and to reach out to as many people as possible. So today I heard the topic that is selected is about emotional intelligence and about relationships, emotional intelligence and relationships. So let me tell about the overview so that we can go into meditation first. So what we are going to do during meditation. So we are all human beings having all human emotions, and all human emotion, all range of emotions, from the extreme end of the emotional spectrum. We find fear, panic, and even the deepest grief, sadness. And the other spectrum is compassion, love, kindness, and all such positive emotions. And as human being, we have experienced this kind of range of emotions, and mostly we are very afraid of our own emotions. Even sometimes we do not know how to express them. They get mostly repressed, suppressed inside us, which leads us to so many emotional illnesses. And also, most of the emotions are projected in our interactions, in our daily life, in our relationships, because we are not aware of those emotions. So today, when we are doing the meditation, we will be embracing each and every emotion. So we welcome them, all of them. They are there already waiting for us to be acknowledged. Each one of us carried a bundle of emotions from our childhood. They're packed and They are stored in our psyche, in our deeper subconscious mind. Our emotional mind carries all of them. So only thing is we need to be ready. We need to welcome them. So they are like uninvited guests. Sometimes they visit us in the morning and or some other times in the morning or daytime or evening time. And we'll be so surprised. So far I was so peaceful and suddenly I've been becoming so angry. Even slightest triggers is enough to bring those avalanche of emotions. And we do not know how to deal with them, what to do with those emotions. Sometimes we suppress, some of us, we suppress them, or sometimes some people express on others. But the third important, beautiful way is method of awareness, holding each emotion in a meditative way, acknowledging them, not rejecting them, not excluding any of your emotions, owning all your emotions. Like considering all these emotions as soap bubbles, like children playing with the soap bubbles. They poke their finger into the bubble and it pops. The same way, if you go into anger bubble, there's a huge anger inside us residing. And when you go into the very center of the bubble, it pops, it suddenly blasts, it blows off. And it's really, really easy and simple. We are so much fearful about these emotions. We label them as negative emotions. That's why we deny them. More we suppress them with our rational mind, they take a toll on us. We have to pay the price for it, heavy price. There are emotional illnesses. This is something very, very beautiful method that we can learn today, how to practice in daily life, how to embrace our emotions. And actually, all these emotions, when we are able to embrace, they are all structured, layered in several deeper layers, not in one layer. In the peripheral superficial layer, only we find irritation. Generally, we get irritated, small things. But underneath that layer of irritation, you find anger. Underneath that, mixed emotions like anger, helplessness, to even other range of emotions like guilt, shame. Even much deeper layers, you find some other emotions like fear, panic, rage, remorse, and the deep grief. And we touch the deepest layer. Generally, 3, 4 layers will be there. When you touch the bottom layer, there you find nothingness. There is an emptiness. This is the structure of the meditation that we go through today. So all of us, we journey through these emotional layers, and that nothingness, that emptiness is a void. The void within us, which we try to avoid, the great emptiness. This void is void of love, void of safety, void of freedom, void of respect, void of appreciation, void of approval, void of self-worth, void of hugs, void of physical touch. As a child, you have experienced it. You're not touched by your mom or dad, or no one touched you. Means a loving presence hugging you. So we have a void of touch. So many voids we carry, and that void we need to face. And once we face it, there is a something, a beautiful portal opens in us, portal towards our inner source within us. The source is not outside, the source is within us. So we land in that source. We go deeper, deeper through the layers. It feels like you are going to the bottom of the ocean, but suddenly you are transported to the deepest source. The soul, you fall into your magnificent self. The self at the center of our being. We have all those positive emotions: love, joy, and peace, gratitude, We feel so abundant in that place within us. So we are generally afraid of these superficial layers of the emotions. That's why we never go to the very bottom and go to the source, which is nothing else than the self within us, the grand self within us. So today we'll be going through this journey through emotions. It is really fascinating. It's easy, it's not difficult. Only thing is we need to welcome them. We need to be ready. Give yourself all the permissions that's needed. So let's meditate, dear friends. Let's close our eyes. Sit down in a most comfortable posture. There'll be some background music I'll be playing. Just prepare yourself for this beautiful journey through the layers of emotions. I would like you to pay attention to your body sensations right now. And just stay in this moment. Stay present to everything that comes up during this meditation. So give all your permissions to embrace your feelings and your emotions that have been suppressed in yourself, that were not expressed. Some of the emotions were unfinished, unresolved. They're staying, residing inside us. Sometimes they make our bodies to store them, and our bodies experience some pain, some contractions, some challenges in our body. Sometimes we all have a little difficulty feeling our emotions. It's natural. So let's take a few moments to turn within, to open and experience what is here. Take a few deep breaths in and out, and just let your body soften, open, and relax. Softening your face, relaxing the corners of the mouth, relaxing the jaw, relaxing your eyelids, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, softening the throat, relaxing the shoulders, softening the chest, opening the door to your own heart, and relax. And soften your belly, relax as much as possible. Relax your pelvic region, your thighs, legs. Just let your whole body relax and open. Then let your awareness become spacious, letting your heart be as wide as the world. Let it become vast in front of you, boundless behind, infinite to all the sides. And just rest as an open sky of all acceptance. Into this vast sky of acceptance, welcome all of your emotions. All the feelings you have ever felt. Even your ancestors' emotions. Your love is this vast. Now turn your awareness inside the body. And just breathe into that area, flooding it with your own love, your own acceptance, letting it soften and open. If there were any emotion there, what it might be. Just give all your attention to what's coming up. Some of our feelings are very subtle. So just welcome whatever is here. Or perhaps there isn't a feeling, but rather a picture arising. If that's the case, then how does the picture make you feel? Or if this area or the body could speak and had words, what might it be saying? How does that make you feel? Just welcome whatever is here and also whatever is not here. Where in the body does that feeling grab you most strongly? Just allow this emotion to become even fuller. Now let yourself come to neutral and find another area. Give all your attention to this particular emotion. Fully feel it. Feel it in your body. Notice even the resistance that is showing up in you. Just give yourself the permission to let go of this resistance. Just allow all of the feeling to come flooding. Can be allowed to come even more fully. Now surround the feeling with your own love, your own acceptance. Then feel yourself opening, going right into the very core of it. As you ask yourself, what's in the core of it? The very center of it. Or what's beneath it? Just stay there. What's even deeper than this? What's rising up into this? Allow yourself to fall through these emotional layers, falling down and down. The deepest emotional layers, the most vulnerable emotions that you have experienced when you are a child, when you are growing up, as a teenager, as an adolescent, as an adult. Give yourself permission to touch upon the deepest emotional layer. Five, falling down, down through these emotional layers to the deepest emotional layer. 4, 3, down and down through all these layers. 2, and 1. Now just allow all of this feeling to come flooding. Really welcome it. What's in the core of it? What's beneath it? Feel yourself opening right into the very center of this emotion. Consider this as a soap bubble into the very core of it. Just stay there. Feel what you're feeling. Let your body feel. If there is any kind of release, expression through tears, through body sensations, through movements in the body, allow that. At this moment, you can allow yourself to fall down and down, touching to the bottom layer of all your emotions, the bottomest layer, falling down to that, through that, where there is a void, a great emptiness, nothingness. It's like a black hole. Emptiness, which we are all trying to avoid that. Muster all your courage right now. Jump through the layers of emotion, jump into that void, that black hole. 5, 4, 3, 2, and diving deep into that void, nothingness, emptiness. 1. This is the emptiness, the void, which is created by lack conditions, lack of love, lack of safety, lack of approvals, appreciations, lack of recognition, lack of loving touch, lack of freedom. At this moment, completely be okay with this void, giving all your fullest attention to it, embracing this void fully. It's an unknown zone. It's great nothingness. As you completely embrace it fully, there is a ray of hope. There is a ray of light. There are cracks there in that black hole, the void. Notice what's coming through the cracks, the pinholes. What's beginning to suffuse this blackness. Through this void, even fall down and down, falling into the source within you, the source of all the love, the joy and the peace. It's very light, it's calm, serene. Just feel yourself opening and expanding right into the very heart of it. All those positive emotions, the very center of your being, the core of yourself. Just make sure that you arrive into the source within you, the grand self, the magnificent self. As you touch upon these positive emotions, like love, pure form of love, which is unconditional love, joy, or peace. Notice what's in the heart of this, the very core of this. Just feel yourself opening and expanding into this. Just rest in this infinite, vast expanse that is your own essence. Just be. Just be. Feel what you're feeling. A deeper connection to the very essence of you. Experience at the very center of your being, infinite love, infinite joy, infinite peace, boundless, vast, limitless. Be that, become that. Every fiber of your being, every cell of your body, let this love, joy, and peace flow in you. Right now, the greater awareness, you are becoming aware of all your emotions that you have carried so far. Some of the emotions are coming up in your life is from your childhood, when you are very, very little, a tiny baby. Some of the emotions coming up from even when you are not yet born, you are inside your mother's belly, mother's womb. You are becoming very aware from your center of your being. You have awareness of all your range of emotions, negative to positive. Just like in a seashore, near a seashore, at the periphery, all the sea waves are turbulent. The very center of the ocean, the water is calm and deep. Now, with your awareness, you are understanding that all the emotions in the periphery, they look turbulent, they look heavy, they are very negative. Sometimes these emotions are sucking you in, they're taking you into them. But at the very center of your being, there is such stillness that is existing, the calmness, the serenity, the gratitude, unconditional love, boundless joy, the eternal peace. Right now, completely connected to the very center of your being. Source of you. even though you have the awareness about all the layers of superficial emotions, you know that all these emotions, they are like soap bubbles. The attention given to them with acknowledgements, these soap bubbles, they dissolve, they disappear. The bliss at the very center of the being, Sat Chit Ananda. Just stay in that space within you, the source within you, the real you. Where there is no time, there is no space. Just be transported into a deeper and deeper dimension of you. Deeper reality of you. Feeling fully nurtured, nourished, strengthened. At this moment, you may scan your body. You may bring your awareness slowly and slowly to your body, the body which is now reached to very deep levels of relaxation. Notice the energy levels of your body. Notice how your mind is right now. The mind which has become quieter, calmer, and more still. This is the time to bring back that essence of you. Bring back all those feelings, positive feelings, which are deep down inside you. Let this love, joy, and peace overflow. Let it radiate out Let it flow through your body. Let it spread around you, radiating this to your family members. All these past emotions, love, joy, and peace. Sharing this, celebrating this. See that this vibration of love, joy, and peace and gratitude, share it to your surroundings, your friends, community, the world, plants, minerals, animals, all the beings on planet Earth. Become fully aware of this current moment. With appreciation to everything that happened in your life, and positive and negative, and appreciating this present moment, this current moment. This is the moment to return to your regular consciousness, your everyday awareness. As I count 1 to 5, you may fully return to this present, current moment awareness into your body, fully carrying all that insights that you have gained, all that experiences that you had. 1. Every day, in every way, becoming better and better in every aspect of your life, affirming that your true reality is this, what you have discovered within you. The nature of yourself, at the very center of the being, the core of your being, the essence. 2. From now onwards, have the deep anchor, all these positive emotions deep within you, which are the very source of you, the deepest self of you. Have deep connection with your own divine self. 3. Knowing that you are the embodiment of love, joy, and peace. 4. Coming back fully into this moment, with appreciation, love, and gratitude. 5. You may wiggle your toes, move your fingers, and slowly placing your palms on your eyes, touching your eyelids with your fingertips, touching your face, your ears, your shoulders, your neck, your arms, and touching your chest, abdomen, your back, and your thighs, and your legs. And now you are ready. You may slowly, slowly open your eyes. Take your time. Welcome back, friends. So it's a time to share, to interact. So today in meditation, we started embracing all our emotions. Unless we embrace even all our negative emotions, we can't embrace our positive emotions. There are positive emotions within us, and it's so essential to even welcome even negative emotions also. They're not to be rejected or excluded because they're part of our experience. And what happens is generally we fear our own negative emotions. As you hold them in your awareness, they dissolve in a moment's time. It won't even take not even few seconds. They're like just bubbles, so bubbles. Deep within, as you go deep inside that soap bubble, there's nothing there actually. The anger dissipates, transforms into peace. So right now, any sharing, appreciate any questions you have, anything that you'd like to share, you're welcome. Your experience, I appreciate if you can also share about this journey through emotions and connecting to the source experience. It'll be wonderful.
So thank you so much for the wonderful meditation, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you a lot. It's really awesome. So I could push myself to come out of that. Such a great deep meditation. Thank you, sir. Yes, dear friends and masters, feel free to share your experience and any questions. Yes, so we have a couple of hands raised. Yeah. Ashok ji, can you unmute yourself?
Thank you, Rathinable sir. Thank you, Dr. Newton sir. And thank you, Chandra sir. Sir, I have a bit confusion, which I want to get it sorted out. Sir, we all know that we have deep memories, subconscious memories, which have been registered or stored from our past lives and our present life. So we are experiencing and these are resulting into feelings, emotions, and day-to-day dynamics is also there when we are interacting in our day-to-day situation we are experiencing. And there are different processes also like meditation, we are affirmations, and just like we did today, going into uh, that particular memory. Many times the memories don't, we consciously we are not able to touch upon those memories, but those memories have caused body sensations or body illnesses and all this. So I want to understand, first of all, we have to go through these processes to, or meditation is enough. And there is a term used, spiritual bypass. So if we can understand a bit in this short time, uh, I will be grateful, sir. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, Ashok ji. Wonderful. Nice. Appreciate your question. It is helpful for everyone. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
all emotions are actually, they have a structure. They are layered, and range of emotions from peripheral, superficial to the deeper emotional layers. Particularly all the superficial layers, generally we have these mixed emotions, and also whatever regular day-to-day life emotions, and which get triggered by even certain behaviors, certain words, certain situations can trigger these emotions. And most of the times, these emotions are connected to our memories, deep memories, as you shared about them, and like deep memories from childhood, current life, the past lives. And they are trapped emotions that they didn't find a way out to be resolved or to be dissolved. They're still staying and residing in us, sometimes causing pain and suffering and illness, particularly if they go beyond a threshold. These emotions suppressed inside us turn into illnesses. And there are many methods, like meditation, one method where people, they expand their awareness to even include everything. Meditation is an inclusive process. It's not something that meditation excludes. Meditation, whatever that comes up in meditation, this is embraced, it is included. For example, Buddha's method, Buddha's path, Ana-Pana-Sati meditation. We watch the breath. Buddha also told different stages a meditator they experience, they go through. Like after Ana-Pana-Sati, we go through what is called Kayanupasana. Kayanupasana is the body sensations that we get. These body sensations are connected with the feelings or emotions. The second stage after Kayanupasana, Buddha mentioned it is Vedananupasana, Vedanupasana. Vedana means some feeling perceptions, emotions, which are buried inside us from the memories. So the third level, third layer, Buddha mentioned about Chitta Anupasana. Anupasana means just watch it briefly, don't indulge in it. So after crossing the Chitta Anupasana, after these memories, we realize that Dhamma Anupasana, Buddha mentioned Dhamma Anupasana. Dhamma is a phenomena. The phenomena is called everything changes. Even the emotion which you thought is going to be there forever, it's going to change. It's like a soap bubble. It just has come up, raised and fallen. It burst into your existence and it also dies. So this is the deepest realization a meditator goes through. And after that, we enter into, Buddha mentioned another word, beautiful word, Buddha coined. It's called Vipassana. Vipassana. Vipassana is seeing clearly as it is, seeing the truth as truth, false as false. So at that moment, we realize what is a false self, the false fake self that we created, which is not real. We have many assumptions about our identities. So there is a real self, the self which will never change within you, the unchanged self. So that unchanged self is actually is who we really are or what we really are, that identity beyond the identity. So Buddha mentioned in Vipassana state, we come to know about ourselves. At that stage, our third eye, opening of the third eye, Agna Chakra, and also the flowering of consciousness by crown opening, the Sahasrara opening, all these experiences, which leads to Nirvana stage. So this method itself is enough actually. But only what happens is there's a great danger. Many people by default, there's a mechanism called bypass mechanism, defense mechanisms. We have set up many defense. Anything which is negative, we try to avoid the negative. Whenever there is some pain coming, immediately our reaction is just push it away, or we run away from that. This is our natural tendency. And by that, pushing away anything which is even negative, sometimes that is not the solution, because that emotion will stay with us. Sometimes our intellect is so refined, we'll intellectualize everything, we rationalize everything, we have thought process, we go into our head more, we become more of human thinkings. Some of us are, human doings, but very rarely that we are human feelings. We appreciate our human feelings. But those who understand that bypassing is not the solution, because those emotions reside, they bother us, they make us experience stuckness in our life. We feel we are stuck at one stage. And the moment we do that, embrace them, not bypassing them, we transform them. There's a pioneer in this work, Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Phenomenal work done by this pioneer master about grief cycle. When people are grieving because they have lost a loved one, mostly when we suppress that grief, there are consequences. There's a cycle of emotions that we go through. There's an emotional circuit that we go through. And the clear research, very wonderful research done by her, mentioned about how we try to deny first. The first thing that comes up when there is a negative thing is denial. Oh, it's not happened. For example, I'm spilling my cup of coffee I got in the Starbucks, coffee shop, and I'm bringing it out, and it spilled over because I bumped onto something. And in that moment, I deny that reality because it's too painful to lose that coffee, very precious coffee. I stood in the queue and I fetched the coffee. And now, second stage, we go into what is called anger stage. We are angry about the situation. We are angry at our own self. Oh, I would have little practice, little awareness. I might have walked little slowly. Why that person has came suddenly in front of me, and we become so angry. Then third stage, we become negotiations. We do. So, some excuses we find. We say, oh, I might have taken a different route, different way I might have come. I must have held this coffee very differently. We think of different ways of bargaining with the reality. And the fourth stage, we understand this is unrepairable. The coffee is spilled and I lost the coffee, and I go into depression. Depression hits me for a while, even for even a nanosecond, the depression will be there. And then finally, acceptance is the final stage we reach to. the level of acceptance. We accept that, yes, coffee spilled over and no more coffee is the reality. So Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross observed that the people who lost the loved ones, or the people who are about to die, are going through some illnesses, are going through some losses in their life. They go through emotional cycles because of their life situations. And when we deny, there's a consequence. When we try to bypass, try to go into acceptance stage beforehand. For example, we keep Bhagavad Gita and we say, oh, the body never dies, we are the souls and don't cry. But we are human beings, there are human tears. We shed these tears. We have empathy, we have compassion. We definitely miss the physical presence of our loved ones. And generally when we don't grieve, even for a moment, fully in that moment, that grief is going to be there inside us, is going to come back. So the spiritual bypass mechanism is the word coined, the name of the master, the psychologist, I don't remember right now, but the beautiful word he coined, and around a few decades back, 30, 40 years back, he observed that people have this tendency to bypass their emotions, bypass their normal emotions, they suppress them. And it leads to so many challenges later on, so many consequences we have to face. And it's very important to embrace life as it is. It is not really tough, actually. Even the negative is not really negative. The negative actually is like an initiation. It acts like an initiation for us. It initiates us into something positive. Even, for example, a negative emotion is there. A fear comes to us. Fear is a reminder about our strength that we can have. Hatred that we have is a reminder. It is reminding us the opposite emotion called love. So anything that we are feeling, negative emotions, they are just reminders. They're telling us there's something that we need to look at. Sadness is reminding us about happiness. But we need to definitely embrace when there is sadness that is hitting us, we need to just hold it with awareness. We don't need to cry for even years. If with awareness, we hold that in meditatively, that emotional bubble, we shed the tears in just not even 1 minute, but forever that emotion is finished. You don't store it in you. It won't come back. Otherwise, this emotion revisits us. It comes back, comes back, comes back to us.
Thank you,
So,
Doctor. So
yeah,
beautifully clarifying, so beautifully further enhancing the awareness. Uh, Another thing is that our body cells are getting replaced every second. So still we inherit those emotions in our new cells. This is the very complex process,
yeah,
and it will continue like that only because it is registered in DNA over DNA. And second, my question is that many times what happens, suppose I am seeing a movie. I have asked earlier also to some master this question. Suppose I am seeing a movie or five family members are seeing a movie. And movie, there are many emotions. And some of the members of the family, they start living like that although as if that is happening with themselves
yeah.
and the tears start rolling. So it is emotional. They are emotionally at a lower level who are expressing their emotions like that, or what is happening? I mean, just a bit, sir. Just a bit.
Yeah,
Explain.
sure,
Yeah.
Ashok ji, wonderful. So generally, all these emotions that we have, they have an impact on our body cells. they influence our even the genetic material, our DNA. And even though there are new cells which are created in our body because of the Brahma Tattva, Shiva Tattva is like a lion, everything is dissolved. All the old decayed cells are removed from the body to catabolism, the processes like Shiva Tattva, it will eliminate from the body. Brahma Tattva is constantly creating, even though you create physical cells, but our emotions, they are governed by our astral body. Our astral body is called Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha, it stores all the emotions or thoughts actually. So unless these emotions are, reframed or dealt with, otherwise this astral influence will be there on the cells. All that, even though the new cells also carry the information of the previous unresolved emotions, astral body carries that. That's why it's so important to deal with them. Even though we have the new liver every 3 weeks, new cornea that we have, and this cell regeneration is all the time happening, but still the same illness comes back. Why people get the psoriasis, or why people get some kind of in the bowel syndrome, IBS or Crohn's disease, or different thousands of illnesses, because there are conflicts inside, emotional conflicts which were not resolved. So even though body tries to cope up with that, there's an adaptation process. Body has such a reparative mechanism, but unless this software in our mind and emotions are dealt with, again we revert back to the same old earlier conditions. And the second question that you have asked, can you remind me, sir, one more time? Unmute, sir.
Sir, when we see, for example, a family is seeing a movie.
Movie. I got it
Yeah,
now.
and we start living that
Right.
life
Yeah.
For 1 hour, 2 hours. We get
Exactly.
emotions and we get tears. So
right.
Just on that, sir.
Okay. So generally when we watch a movie, some they cry, they shed tears. Some movies, some people, they cry a lot. Certain movies, no tears, even though it is a very sentimental movie. And while we are watching the movie, there is something in our throat chakra that happens, Vishuddha chakra. And there's something drying off the throat, and there's tears rolling down, and you try to hold your tears back. All that happens. It does not mean people are emotionally weak. Emotionally weak people, they cry. This is all, misconception and a myth. We have empathy. We resonate with the stories of others also. We shed those tears. It's natural phenomenon. Whenever I watch any movie, I cry. I forget about Bhagavad Gita. I forget about entire spirituality. I'm just a human being having all range of human emotions. I just cry in that moment because I empathize with that. And sometimes the stories, for example, whenever I watch a movie like any orphan child losing connection with the parents, that movies really strike me deeply. My heart is wrenched. I cry deeply. Why? Because this is my story. As a child, I was sent to my grandparents' home. I missed my parents. I used to cry a lot as a child. And there's so much grief. So whenever I watch these movies of separation between children and the parents, it brings me deep tears, deep grief comes out. But now it's better because I dealt with all my emotions, my childhood blockages and all that. It's better state I'm right now. And but still I have the empathy. I resonate. So we we are conditioned culturally that don't cry like a woman. Boys were told that don't cry like females. It is like denied. All the tears were denied. They're taken off. It's a freedom to cry. Actually, it's such a beautiful freedom to express the tears, to feel the emotions. Otherwise, we miss the juiciness of life. We can't really, unless we embrace all kinds of emotions, we really can't dance. We can't really sing. We can't really participate in life. So thank you, Ashok ji. So wonderful.
Thank you, Ashok ji. So let's go to Mr. Ramesh Bafna. Some great questions there from Ashok ji. He's always triggering many things. Yes.
Thank you, Newton sir. Thank you, Chandra sir, and all masters. Today it was a real great experience for me, because the emotions or the locked feelings that I had throughout my life, right from the childhood, started coming out, and all that I could see when I was in the deep thought is a lot of bubbles coming. The bubble theory really worked with me. A lot of bubbles coming, and I used to search for the bubble which I should tap and burst it. And the moment I burst that bubble, it was like I was taken aback, and I felt that yes, it's done. So it was a fantastic feeling for me.
Amazing, Ramesh ji. And I'm curious about the emotions that you could burst them. And if you name them, at least 5 of those emotions, or 3 or 4 or 5, can you tell what kind of emotions you could burst?
It was a mixed feeling, a lot
Yes.
of emotions, right from the childhood till yesterday, I can say.
Right, sir. Right.
Yeah. So basically, just to cite a few examples, like during my childhood, my parents moved from Rajasthan to Coimbatore for business, and this way back 100 years back, my grandfather rather. And my father was busy with, in fact, my grandfather fell sick, and my father came into business at the age of 14 when he was doing his school. He was studying in Rajasthan, came here, and he started business, and he was totally into business. Of course, got married and we were born, and that is the story which we hear. And even after my birth, as far as I remember, he was totally into business. Family was secondary to him. Sorry to say that, but
yes,
it's a fact.
It's a fact. Yeah.
And the business was really growing. We had a huge business, offices all over South, and we were rather left to his subordinates to take care of. So that was an emotion which it just came to my mind, that why such a life? And those days also I used to think of it.
Yes.
But today this came to my mind very deeply. And the moment I thought of it, the bubble theory came in. And a lot of bubbles were there. I was searching for the bubble which really is with my childhood. And I could see that bubble coming up in a bigger way, more towards me, and I just punched it. And it gave me a big relief. It gave me a really a big relief. It was a fantastic experience for me. I just cannot express how it was. The same thing I tried a lot of thoughts which came to me. It was a mixed feeling. The childhood used to come, the in between I used to think, what happened yesterday, I used to think. It was a sort of mixed, but just take one thing. And the other thing is, what I felt is the bubble, the moment I burst one bubble, there are so many other bubbles coming in. So many of them. So the bubble theory is really hit my mind, and it's something amazing.
Wonderful, sir. Could you reach to the source after passing through all the emotional layers? Could you go into?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to come to.
Yeah.
When you said 5, 4, 3, 2, and that one, and I used to burst it. That is when I used to put my finger and try to burst that.
Yeah.
That is the layer thing. And as the things were going on, I really used to get deeper into it, deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah. So wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said that the negative feelings which are there, or the old memories, we must have bypassed.
Yeah.
So don't you think that bypassing the old thing was the right thing to do at that time? Because it would end up in a conflict. If not, it will end up in a conflict.
Correct. Exactly. So as a child, we are not equipped to handle some of these emotions, some of these hard memories. So there are natural defense mechanisms we set up to survive. Otherwise, a child cannot grow and survive. So to survive, the child has to, some children, they have to make themselves numb. They have to move from the heart into the head, more thinking, analyzing, justifying, rationalizing, all that. It's a survival protection mechanisms. And it's actually at that point of time, it is very right. But when we are grown up adults, we know that a lot of energy is trapped and, not accessible, inaccessible for us, inside us, because these emotional memories are blocked inside us. So today, when you busted all these emotional bubbles, so much of you retrieved all those energies.
Yeah, nothing like it.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And the one other question.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm taking too much of time, but still, I would like to ask.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was very emotional. Anything I see, even is if I even kill a mosquito like this, I used to feel for it. That unnecessarily I've killed a mosquito. Or even if I see a beggar on the street, I would feel very empathetic towards it and might be even start crying for him. Right. But of late, nowadays, even if I see the worst of the situation, I don't get that.
Yes.
I don't shed my tears, or I think my tears are lost.
Yes, that's good, very good, because when we have dealt with all the emotions, the tears get exhausted. We have compassion.
Yeah, exactly.
It does not mean we don't become like a child who is crying all the time, but we reach to a better state of being. So that's a nice state that you have achieved, sir.
I always used to think why that tear is lost. I always used to think that. And I always used to think that, have I become so tough? Have I become so rude? Or what is it I was not able to understand today? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh. We have a question here in the chat. Let's take that. I'm en route to, I am struggling with an emotion to let go of a wrong done to me. I know it does not help me and I don't hate the person, but the anger is there. How do I let go?
Yes, Lakshmi ji, that's a wonderful question. And many of us, the anger which is deep inside us, we are not able to really own that anger, because we try to forgive. What is called traditional forgiveness won't help. Conventionally, we are told that, forgive. That forgiveness won't help, because the anger resides in the body. Because there's something wrong done to someone, anger is the natural one emotion that comes up as to protect the person in that moment. The anger is a protective emotion in that moment. Generally, we disown the anger. Unless someone owns it again, they can't reach the level of forgiveness. I give you an example of a child who was sexually molested, 5-year-old child, molested by her own uncle, the mother's brother who used to visit the home. He molested the young child, and she was so scared every night because the footsteps of the uncle in the night, and she used to get so much scared, panic attack she used to get, and he used to create fear in her, tell her that I will kill you, I will make you that you are doing wrong and all that. So he's scared. One day, this child told to mom about what's happening. But mom told that don't tell to anyone. Our family name is very important. So don't keep it inside you. So from that time onward, she was so disconnected from the mom. She's so angry at even mom because mom did not support, even did not acknowledge all that trauma that she went through, all that painful feelings she went through. And even she was very angry at that uncle, very angry, because sexual boundaries violation is one of the uh, deepest wound for a human being, particularly innocent children who are molested by adults. So she is now grown up self, and she developed psoriasis. She had autoimmune disorder, particularly Hashimoto's thyroiditis. These medical conditions she developed, and she hates men. She had hatred towards men. She was not willing to get married. And when we came in contact with her, she was asking the questions and she went through the whole process. I told her to own the anger. Actually, we made her to even express that anger. So by taking a kind of soft this yoga mat, we rolled it, given to her, made her to hit on the floor, like express through her body cells. Her anger is buried inside her body cells. And she was hitting till she completely vented out completely. She owned every cell of her body, owned that anger. And after that, she could tear the paper. She was tearing the paper. She expressed for nearly 10 minutes all that anger inside her. And when I asked her to look at the uncle in meditation, what she saw was very different. She saw a wounded child. She saw that a traumatized child who doesn't know what to do and what is not right, what is right. That person she saw, her heart opened in that moment, said, I leave the consequences with you. I set you free. I set myself free today. That memory dissolved for her. What happened is later on her skin condition. Skin represents a protection mechanism. She's been sexually attacked, violation done. So her skin responded. The psoriatic patches slowly dissolved, slowly started going away. And also her thyroiditis, it's a buried secret in her. She could not tell to anyone. Even mom did not support her. So she healed her thyroiditis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And also the best thing is she could reunite with her mother. She could, all that anger completely gone. She could go and hug the mother, bond with the mother. And again, that bond was reestablished. Such a beautiful, because owning the anger is also important. We generally taught culturally that don't be an angry boy, don't be angry. But anger is natural. And something, any injustice happening, somebody gets angry. And that anger is okay. But we don't need to be forever angry. But when anger is rising, with awareness, what happens is that anger immediately within few minutes, few moments, it dissolves. Otherwise, this becomes chronic rage, chronic anger. Anger which is suppressed becomes rage. It's become like a big volcano. Thanks, Lakshmi ji, for this question. And that for the reason for anger could be even as trivial, as small as even a child who is ignored in the childhood. The child who is not given any attention or love, or nobody recognized, nobody saw the child, nobody heard the child, nobody understood the child. So even that creates anger, which is sometimes not dealt with. So generally what happens in adult life, some symptoms show up. The anger translates into some physical symptoms, some kind of medical condition. So this is the way, like whatever the bubble technology that we use today, the anger bubble, you can pop it. Otherwise, really they need to feel the anger, physical anger. You shut down your room, you create a private space where no one can hear. Just shout loudly 3 times, 4 times, just scream. And then make a tight fist, and in the air, you just punch. Yeah, punch, karate. And even that, visualize that person who is the cause for your pain, cause for your anger. You just visualize yourself shooting with a revolver. You are not really physically going and shooting that person, but you are venting out your anger. And what happens is that once you own that anger, the anger has no more place. It transforms in that moment. A deep forgiveness happens. This is called spiritual forgiveness, where you also know that this person is wounded, vulnerable, very wounded, and even ignorant. So you have very deep level of forgiveness. Thank you. Yeah, thanks in the message that you posted that I am getting stomachache for past 3 months. Yeah, you can deal with that. That stomachache, all that will go away. Because most of the emotions, they reside in the body. It hurts us in the body cells because they carry the memory. They carry the residual, all the emotion.
Thank you, Dr. Newton. Wonderful examples there. You friends, of course, it's past 7:30, so we will continue to do some more questions. So those of you plan lesser time, so feel free to leave. Newton, Dr. Newton, can we go till 8 o'clock?
Yeah, we can go.
You
No
can
problem.
go? Okay.
Yes.
Sweta Jain.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Newton, for a wonderful session today. I have a few questions, and I can share my experience also. I couldn't pinpoint a particular emotion, but when you kept taking us down in the layers, first I felt frustration, then I felt tiredness, and then when you said what you feel in the body, in the third layer, I felt a lot of stress. And after finishing the meditation, I feel very, very light. So I couldn't pinpoint a name to the emotion, but I felt stress in the body. And the question that I have is, can bipolar disorder and personality disorder patients also be healed by this inner child healing meditation?
Actually, they need more very, very one-on-one approach. they need a lot of counseling sessions because sometimes the mind can go into delusional states because already the many neurotransmitters they've gone into disarray, the imbalanced states is so important. And with a therapist who is able to hold the space for them, there is a possibility. There are conflicts which were formed, memory conflicts at a psychological, emotional conflicts at a very younger age, which leads to certain disorders like bipolar and personality, BPD, borderline personality disorders. And they are very much possible to resolve them. Generally, meditation, if they practice, it can worsen them conditions, schizophrenia, these conditions. That's why we recommend initially more of counseling sessions before they attempt meditations. Even meditation, mostly they need to practice in a, not in a like a 4 or 5 hours, but very short period of time. And also a lot of grounding exercises we give generally. We make them to do something which grounds them in the body, stay in this present reality more. Yeah.
Right. But if I have any physical ailment, I will accept it. But such people don't have acceptance of the situation. They're not aware only.
Yeah.
So how does acceptance come, and how can the family help in making them aware?
I think a lot of the spiritual counselors, they can help the person. Just speaking initially, no need to even close their eyes and go into memories. But just speaking and building the rapport with them, they will open up. Whatever the deepest pain they're carrying from the past, which was hidden deep inside them, they open up. Once they trust a person, a therapist, they'll be able to share with them. And after that, the processing session can happen. So initially, I even recommend that. Even the person need to trust the therapist. So that's a very important thing.
And the psychiatrists say that by only till the age of 50 one can change. After that, nothing can be done. Is that right?
No, well, whatever is told in medical dictionaries, medical community, is there research? Appreciate all the research, but there are exceptional cases always. There are people who defies all the rules, all the laws of nature, because there's something which medical community or the spiritual, the normal sciences could tap into. The spiritual science is the mother, father science of all the rest of the sciences. That's why I don't believe that truly. Even there is a society called Exceptional Cancer Patients, ECAPS Society in the world. Started long back. These people who are exceptional people who could heal the cancers, who were diagnosed as terminally ill and prognosis is very bad and they're going to die in 2 years' time, but they defied it. They're still surviving 20, 30, 40 years. They extended their survival. So there's a book written by Dr. Bernie Siegel, who is a oncologist and also pediatrician, who worked with the children, particularly the brain tumors. And he helped many children, giving the spiritual tools, like he used to make them creatively visualize that as if they are blasting the brain tumor with a laser gun. They could dismantle the tumor, and they were actually almost terminally ill, like they will die any moment, but they all recovered. There's a book written by him, Love, Medicine, Miracles. He published all the statistical data also. So such literature, such spiritual books will really open the minds to the possibilities that exist. There is hope for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shwetaji. You know, one of the reasons we're always saying to share. Many people don't know where they are. If they start sharing in meditation, then the facilitators would recognize, and then it goes through a different support mechanism. We see it all the time. When they start sharing, a little bit of sharing of experience here, there, so start engaging, then things will get unfolded. So those who don't know. But then as they start sharing, invariably we get to know that they need extra help, extra support. So thank you for asking that question. Yes, Valli Devi, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Amazing session, Dr. Newton. Thank you very much. Always been, eager to attend your session. I think whichever with the CEO has conducted, have attended. So I'll share my experience first, sir. So today, when you mentioned about feel the emotion, so identify a body part and then understand what kind of feeling you're getting. So about a month back, I twisted my ankle and I tore my knee ligament, ACL, and it became a bit complicated. So that was my focal point when I started my meditation. And first word that came to my mind was regret. Right. So then again, you said, you can identify one more body part. And second thing that came to my mind was my stomach. So when I was focusing on stomach and some of the things which instantly came was fear. And then I saw there is a guilt, then shame. So when you asked us to go deeper and deeper, so I felt there is a dark tunnel and I'm just floating down. I was not fearful. So it is all dark everywhere and I was floating down and I was trying to access. But beyond these four feelings, I did not come up many more, but I felt probably that is the basis. So one thing it came to my mind, popped up, is during my childhood, if there has been any strong criticism, so I would always feel guilty or shameful. Very young child also. So off late, I'm not feeling that. That is actually, that shame part is actually forgotten. Probably that is something which I felt during the childhood. But after end of meditation, when you said, you feel the joy and then calmness, peace and all, I literally felt the bubble, the stars all over, and it's all bubbling and sparkling everywhere. So this is today's experience, which is amazing. The question that I have is, there is a lot of debate going on about my knee, whether to go for surgery or no surgery kind. So I'm just wondering, how do I get my answer? So I almost finalized my surgery next week, but suddenly there are some messages coming through different people saying that wait, you don't have to hurry. So again, I put off. So I want to understand how do I get my own answer and what is the reason that a simple twist has resulted in such a deep hurt. So this is my experience and questions.
Yes, Validev madam, it's so wonderful to hear your experience. You went through all the different emotions that are stored in layers in you. For example, particularly everyone will have those structure, a particular structure of the emotions. Like one emotion gets triggered, even the other range of emotions also get popped out. For example, guilt, fear, shame. That cycle, you move into that cycle. And also the regrets that you mentioned, which is the cause for the ligament tear, and which caused that, which you identified some emotion of regret there in that place. Actually, when we tap into what is in that body part, what is the emotion behind that? When we heal that emotion, we have the possibility to accelerate healing of the cells. The reparation process can happen. So
Right.
is the surgery is for the ligament tear, or is it for
Yes.
something? Okay, ligament tear. Okay.
Ligament tear. Yes.
So they have already diagnosed it, and
Yes, they've done an
oh,
MRI, and there is a bit complicated. So
okay.
first few weeks, I was told no need to do, but there is a longer repercussion. So then I convinced, I went through the 5 stages you mentioned, right?
Oh, wow.
I lost my sleep for 3. Exactly when you mentioned, it was like, this is, and I was really aware of that. I'm going through this
Yeah.
denial. Then you regret, okay, why did I do this? Then
Yeah.
finally this week, last 1 week, I'm much more peaceful in terms of accepting the whole situation.
Yeah.
However, there is an element, I'm not getting a strong signal for me to go which way, which is my right.
Right.
If I do right. So that is something which is that I wanted
Yes,
to understand.
you will get the answer, but if there is definitely a tear, a ligament tear, which is generally needs some kind of assistance, surgical assistance. It's a simple procedure. It's not really complex procedure, and you can go for it, because generally we deny the medical technology, but when it is needed, we can embrace it. We can take it, and doctors may decide differently, because you are doing all this right now. I recommend if you have 3-4 more days, you can try this. You try to connect not only that void, that black hole, the tunnel that you mentioned, even go to the bottom, even pierce through that bottom layer, go into the source, the self in you, the source of you, which has full of love, joy, and peace. Actually, once we touch that layer, all the negative emotions that we carried so far, it transforms. Just we need to touch to that place. You can do this meditation again, and also look at
that's what I wanted to. I wanted to
yeah,
check. Yes.
yeah. What happens is the body may respond, and in this next few days, when you go back after that and to check with the doctor, and they may say it's not required anymore. They might say that, and that possibility that exists.
Also, also, Dr. Newton, I think this is a very important question. So, if she is determined enough strongly, in that for that matter, we can go back and reconstruct. More so in her case right now, she doesn't have a strong interest towards the surgery this way, that way. Neutral, so you're not made up of that. That indication has not come to can it not be done to reconstruct?
It is possible to reconstruct, regenerate her ligament, her tissues, definitely. And if with her practice, with her updating her software of the mind, reprogramming her subconscious mind, it is possible, definitely possible. Even if we have the slightest doubt, even that doubt can delay the process of healing. And that's why we need to have the right beliefs, right energy, even the gather, all the harness the energy that is possible. And also whatever the messages that your body is giving, even listen to them, even try to implement them. There's every possibility that you don't need surgery. You might completely heal yourself. But when you hear your intuition, when you hear your own heart, it says what to do also. So anyway, you are given some more time for that surgery. So meanwhile, you can natural healing you can attempt 100%, 200% of your effort.
Is
and
there
your
any
belief.
specific meditation that I can?
This meditation that every day you're practicing Ana-Pana, Apana-Sati. That's the best,
Right.
easiest and simple.
Okay.
Dive deep. And also today you can do this emotional journey, this meditation one more time with the recording that's available. Yeah, then you can tap into that source within you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Chandra, for the question.
So
And
no, I think it is unbelievable. Okay, so I was wondering, where to find my answer. I was really asking the universe, and yesterday Chandra sir announced that you are coming in, and you are picking up the right topic. It is just aligned, and I'm speechless. Thank you, Dr. Newton, and thank you, Chandra sir, for the seat. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Yes, madam, the fact that you haven't gotten a strong yes for your surgery means that you are guided appropriately. Just keep doing it unless it's just threatening. But like Dr. Newton said, it's a simple procedure, so it's up to you. I mean, then I say a very simple procedure, easy to heal. Go look at that way. It's also that way too, right? Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's right.
Thank you, Newton. So we'll say after we have three more till Manimananji and one question in the chat. We'll cover those.
Yeah.
But, yes, Saujanya Kulkarni ma'am.
Hello, sir. Hello, Chandra, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Hello, Newton, sir.
Hello, Saujanya ji.
Sir, I am diagnosed in 2019 with ulcerative colitis. It is a form of IBS. So what can I do more to cure it, sir? In this 40 days, I am meditating with Chandra, sir. I felt like my symptoms reduced to almost 80%. Still, what are the things I have to do?
The same thing, because this is 80% symptoms reversal is a very good sign, a very good indication that your body is responding. You are taking the energy, you are storing, and you're healing your body. And if you continue, you will heal totally. Generally, IBS is considered in medical dictionaries, medical community as incurable, and you have to be on drugs, on medication forever. But it's something very, very beautiful that
Sir, I want to cure and show the people that it is curable. Wonderful. I made it my mind that I want to do this and showed the people that nothing is impossible.
Yes.
So I left the medications like 80% now. I don't take the medications. I just rely on this meditation, sir.
Yes.
Excellent. Still, when just a few minutes back, when I raising the hand, still I am feeling like that scared and fear. And suddenly my stomach starts to feel some negative energy. I don't know why. I feel for some small things scared.
Yeah.
I starts to overthink. But once I starts to overthink, that becomes habit, sir. It will continue for like hours. I do some other work, but in my mind that is continuously playing that in the background, sir.
Correct. So this is what has come up. Like the ulcerative colitis and this emotion, that feeling that you mentioned, scared and fearful. And at that moment, there is a kind of pain that you felt in your stomach. So it is connected, and you can also burst that emotion bubble, let go of that. And by embracing that emotion, fear will transform totally. Because
what are the right ways to express her? Because if I express on my parents, they think that she get angry on small things. But my intention was never to get angry. But the situations make me to burst out, sir.
Okay, so you don't need to express on people. You can conveniently do in your own space that you have. Express through writing, express through drawing, painting. You draw whatever that comes out through your hands, and you draw the pictures, and you write. You express through your words. Sometimes if you have the space, you can scream and loudly and without hurting people. All that buried anger energy will go away. Even the fear energy inside you, that can be transformed, like in meditation.
Some other tips, sir?
I
because
think
I am
even
very emotional child. I was very emotional from the childhood self, so I take
right.
small things personally.
Okay.
And
So
now I observed that in 40 days journey that the problem is not with my food. The problem is with my thinking
yes,
and my
that's a
overthinking.
good. That's
Yes.
very good. Really noticing good discovery that you
And
have made.
some things and some words, some people talking with some people triggers me clearly, sir.
Yeah.
That's I observe very clearly that this person comes and talks with me and it triggers me. So
Yeah.
it is better to should I avoid or continue talking, but in the other way.
So it's not the person, it's not the food who is causing the problem. Actually, it is because you are thinking, your mind.
Yes, sir.
So if you can pay more attention to become more aware of what's happening, what's going on inside your mind, generally our negative thoughts, they transform, because we choose the thoughts also. The thoughts we choose, which supports our evolution. Certain thoughts will actually delay the progression of us. They can make us sick. And I think unmute.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I think enough, Saujanya, madam. So you are on a great path. Yeah, we can hear you. Saying
Okay.
some.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. You know, anyway, you're on the path. You're already seeing so much differences. Just continue on this. You don't need, you just continue. That's all is sufficient. By the way, you don't have to prove to anybody. That's going to put a pressure. Nobody needs to be proven. You are just complete by yourself. That proving to someone will put a lot of pressure on you, and then doesn't cause unnecessary hassle because
You see, to any doctors, they tell that no, you can't be cured. You get a cancer in the long run. We have to make surgery. We have to pick pockets. Wherever I went, I need to hear these only things, sir.
That's okay. That's okay. Out of current understanding, everybody says something, but that is okay. You don't have to disprove anybody.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Pawan Navandar.
Hello, sir. I'm C. Pavanandar from Pune. Basically, my nature is very emotional. The way sir mentioned of those 5 days, I go through almost every day whenever I have a debate with someone or if I face any situation. The same thing happens to me. Like first, I try to avoid, then try to give some excuses, and later on, I accept the situation. But today, while meditating, I was totally blank, like we do every day. I was in totally empty state, couldn't feel anything or just couldn't do anything. There are so many emotions which I have buried in myself. I have not expressed anywhere. But still today I was totally empty. Is it normal or why is it so?
It's normal, Pavanji. It's normal. And sometimes those who are very emotional, they have the emotional expression in their lives. When they first time pay attention to those emotions deliberately, they want to look at those emotions. Those emotions won't show up. We become blank. Our mind becomes empty totally. So it's natural, normal. And what I can share with you is, if you strengthen your intellect, we have two centers: emotional centering, there is the intellectual centering. Those who are very emotional beings need to develop a center called intellect center. That intellect will balance you with your emotions. Otherwise, the emotions sometimes they can even ruin, because we learn to always express in a very harsh ways, sometimes very turbulent ways, sometimes expressing on others. It can be very hurting to others and also hurting to you. That's why it's important to develop the intellectual center, particularly when we are practicing meditation and reading spiritual books. Our intellect gets more strengthened. It becomes sharp. That intellect brings such balance to your emotions. That's very important in daily life. And regarding this, you can do this meditation one more time, journey through emotions, so that you know those hidden emotions, which you know exactly where they are and what they are. You pick them up during meditation and burst those soap bubbles. You can be
Thank you,
freed from those.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Newton, for a important point. Develop intellect center if you're emotional, or the vice versa. So that's great. Manivananji. So I think we're going to probably stop here, but yes.
Thank you, Dr. Newton ji, and very nice with your interaction, and thank you, Chandra ji. And it was really, really wonderful, that bubble story and with the layers, and really a wonderful meditation. And I'm basically a very soft person, but it in the past, due to that over softness, I had a lot of losses also. But now in the last 2 years, I all overcome, and it is very becoming strong in emotionally and all aspects. And because of too much innocent people took a lot of undue advantage, which it has been. Now I have come on a right path after the meditation. But one small thing I am feeling, even I earlier told Chandra sir also long time back, when we sit in the meditation in the morning for 10 minutes or so, continuous watering in the nose as well as the eyes, which we have to wipe out with the towel. But after the 10-15 minutes, it is okay. But as a medical doctor and spiritual master, is it any emotion or what it could be, or what would be the reason, please? How to control or clear?
Okay, Manivananji, thank you for your sharing. And generally, any expressions spontaneously happening in meditation, we don't need to analyze them. For example, any teardrops rolling out, or some people get yawning, some people get from nose some watering. All that is perfect. It is just our body, wherever the nadis are opening up, they try to clear that. For example, when Vishuddhi chakra, this fifth chakra is opening up, many people yawn. Many people, when the energy is moving further upwards, even they have tears. Even sometimes when we try to analyze, we mess up the things. We don't need to analyze we don't need to know what is the teardrop from our left eye representing. Sometimes it could be unexpressed tears which are rolling out. Sometimes it could be the teardrop that's coming out when you are touching to a very happy state of being. Your happiness is expressed in that way. So we don't need to analyze during meditation. So it's just an energetic process during meditation. Anything happening spontaneously during meditation, we just observe it, notice it, and we don't do anything, stop it or do it more, but we just observe it. We continue with our meditation.
Yeah, it is continuing, but it is only a sort of a hindrance behind it. Yes.
Yeah,
because
it's normal, sir. It's it will go away even
because normally first 10 minutes I can say after the heart elevation and thing. Then after that, no. That is only while sitting in that anytime.
Yeah.
So that's otherwise it is not a big part or thing.
Yeah.
Not to give importance also, but it is disturbing the thing. That's what really I thought. Being a doctor and spiritual master, I thought. Yeah.
So as a doctor, I might say something like rhinitis and all the diagnosis, but it's not required. But as a spiritual scientist, I can say it is an energy process.
Yeah.
Something
few
which is related.
And, yes.
Yeah. It's like in your nose, whatever the nadis that are getting cleansed is opening up fully, because we have all the network, the etheric cord network inside us. So they open up. Many channels are there. Will open up. It won't stay for a long time. maybe after 40 days, if I speak to you, you will say, my now
No,
no
it is.
watery nose. It will stop.
No, it is for quite long time. I am more than almost 2 years.
2
That's
years.
what.
Oh,
Yeah, more
okay.
than 2. That's
Right.
what I was. Otherwise, I
Okay.
didn't have. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah. But
Anyway.
you will notice that it is slowing down. For example, it is less compared to before. Lesser time, duration of the time
morning,
shortens.
before sitting meditation, I took some methi and water 2 glass. Is it that water, too much water is coming or anything like that?
Not like
Nothing,
that.
not
No relationship with that, and it's not connected with that.
Okay.
Just continue, sir, and it's only energetic process. Something getting cleared from your system. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
in fact, I am planning to visit Quantum Life University shortly. Probably I will inform you and Chandra sir, and will love to visit. Karthikeyan sir has told very great about it, and love to visit. Really a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Manivananji. So we will going to stop here with taking 2 chat questions. One is how to deal with children who opt to go for love and intercaste marriages against their parents' strong wishes, cultures, and traditions.
Yeah. So generally, children, they say that I'm in love with someone, and parents, they even feel that it's not the right match. And generally, children, they need guidance. Sometimes they take hasty decisions. Sometimes the children are at a very younger age, not taught some spiritual tools or skills, or this wisdom or meditation is not there. They might generally land up in, the choices which are very harmful for them, not really nice, compatible partners they choose. So it's important that parents guide them, number one. And nowadays, these days, many people, they're in such a hurry, and even they do not even think about why I am entering into a relationship, why I'm getting married. And very unconsciously, they enter into marriage, and after marriage, they go into different states, different kind of fights, different kind of, many high divorce rate is there now in the world, because all hasty decisions and the attractions, the crush they feel with someone. And it's not bad that they are choosing that way, but it delays everything, the unnecessary going through a lot of struggles and all that. So what my recommendation is, parents always need to bring them to meditation path. Ask them to meditate at least 40 days to quite some time, and then decide with their intuition. If still you feel the same way, then you can go ahead. Generally, when their wounds from the childhood need to be healed first before they enter into a partnership or into a relationship. Because we found through our research, there's a mirroring that happens with a spouse. Whatever is the unhealed relationship with parents, it will comes up with the partner relationship, the spouse relationship in the future. So that's why it's so important to learn all that spiritual wisdom before they take an important decisions in their lives.
And it's everybody is living their choices, right? It's everybody living their choices. So as you rightly said, once they become more conscious of the choice, it's not a mind-based desire, it's more moving towards heart center and then doing it through meditation, then they are there. I mean, we all had our own wishes to say, my child has to become a doctor, engineer, this, that. But ultimately, they have to be allowed to choose what they want. It's the right way to parent.
Exactly, that's the right way to parent. So guidance that is needed is to direct the children towards the path of awareness and meditation. And then the children, they make the right choices, conscious choices. And they take responsibility for their choice. They don't blame the parents.
Thank you, Dr. Newton. So last question in the chat, I thought it will be useful for everybody because we keep getting this question from many people. It says, in my family, there is a lot of negative talk. People are just have a lot of negative words and then they keep repeating and get struggling with that. I'm trying to bring them onto the positive side, ask them to watch positive videos, but they're not coming out of it. So how to deal with it?
Oh, yeah. So you can not change anyone. You might bring a horse to the pond of water body, but you can't make the horse to drink the water. So you might, do many things to change your family members. So even meditation, introducing meditation to the family members. What I noticed is if you can transform yourself first, one day, even you don't need to even speak a word, seeing you, they get inspired. I tried to teach meditation to all my family members. Initially, everyone thought I was a crazy person. And, I used to keep Jonathan Livingston Seeger, many spiritual books on the table of my father so that he at least opens the books and one day he will be curious to understand what is this, but it never happened. And many of my family members were resisting that. And I could not transform anyone becoming a vegetarian also. Everyone is a non-vegetarian in my family. So what happened is I continued my path with the conviction, with a deep connection with what I believed in, and I practiced and practiced. Then finally one day, even I didn't say a word, they recognized me. They noticed that, oh, this fellow has transformed. This fellow is so wise, and they could read it. They could see it in me. And I never was unhappy anymore after my transformation, my experiences of meditation. I was always happy. It made me to get inspired. My father meditates now, my mother meditates, my siblings, they started meditation. So there's a transformation in the family. Everyone became vegetarian now. So even I didn't insist on them anymore, but I gave up, but it all happened. Even it is going to happen in this way, even in your family. But be the change that you would like to see in your family first. So really be a transformed person. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Newton. Thank you, friends. Really wonderful to hear and then learn from Dr. Newton. Always, subject is deep. It comes with so much of practical experience. It's just practical experience. They have dealt with maybe hundreds of thousands of cases now. He's done past life regressions alone. Maybe 30,000 plus cases he would have done by now. Just past life regressions. Now, the inner child healing, then constellations, organizational constellations. So many things that are there in this breath works, rebirthing breath work. First time I learned, I did this work with Dr. Newton in year 2005. Very deep. I went through a process of rebirthing and so released a lot of emotions. I know for sure then. So there are excellent programs that are being done by Quantum Life University, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. And if you're not done, one must experience at least once, and then you decide how many more you want to do with them. But at least once, one must take a course, whether it's in Pune, whether it is in Quantum Life University. I say it's great if you can go to QLU, amazing place, so much healing there. And so when I have a question, today I go to him. I used to go to Patriji and Dr. Newton. Now I, by default, go to Dr. Newton. He's been that way for me, my spiritual mentor in many ways, and a great friend to me. So thank you, Dr. Newton. QLU is, we are great friends to Quantum Life University and vice versa. Buddhasi Quantum Foundation is in great friendship with Quantum Life University. And so anytime he lived without food, just because his interest in meditation and wanting to understand and give this to everybody after medicine. He earned his money, one stipend 1 month, and then everything was given for books. So they only lived on 1 meal per day for 30 days or something. So like this, there are stories, and that much passionate he is in what he is doing. And Quantum Life University, QLU, puts everything like that so sincerely, so detailed, so procedural, and you get the best out of their programs when you go there. Today is just an indication. So thank you so much, Dr. Newton.
It's such a pleasure coming here always, meeting all of you, Chandra, and thanks for organizing these classes, 40 days infinity meditation program, and such service, such transformations that I'm hearing from all the participants here. Thank you for all the work that you're doing, all the team members. Thank you, friends.
Thank you. And the website is qluglobal.org, and it's an amazing project that the vision is happening. One must, if you're going to Hyderabad, take that extra half a day, 6 hours time. It takes about 6 hours. Go there, observe it, and then experience a program one of the days. And you will never be wrong in making that decision. I can tell you that much. So thank you, Dr. Newton, once again. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow, friends. And Dhyana Jagath is joining us day after tomorrow. So we'll continue this week and have more for next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other to fly.